Hello everyone. This is a special video where I'll be collabing with the GameSMR. We've been talking back and forth for a while about playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe together. And after a lot of scheduling conflicts and technical difficulties and things like that, we were finally able to play together. He makes a lot of role-playing and gaming type of ASMR videos about things like Splatoon and Animal Crossing and all kinds of stuff. So please go check out his channel. He's really awesome. During the race, you'll see him as Lo-Fi Aika. He is very good at this game and has been playing this for a long time. However, as you'll see, I am not the best at this game. I've really only played this particular Mario Kart a handful of times, and as you'll see, I'm not the worst at it. I don't get last place, but I'm not the best either. I really haven't played a whole lot of racing games since I was young, since like the N64 days with Star Wars Pod Racer and Diddy Kong Racing and games like that. But this was a lot of fun to play, and I'm really happy to share it with you all and get to collab in this video. He was playing as the Animal Crossing girl villager, and I was playing Isabelle, as you can see. I thought that was pretty awesome, because we didn't actually plan that at all. And at the time of this recording, the new teaser trailer for Animal Crossing 2019 hadn't been announced yet. So, I guess it just really shows our love for Animal Crossing. But as you can see, the first race that we did together was Mount Wario. And I thought that while you see each race play out, that I could read to you a little about this game and these tracks. Because Mario Kart has come a long way since the days of the Super Nintendo, and there are a lot of new things that I didn't know about. So, if you don't mind, I am going to be reading from Prima's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe official guide, and mostly talking about the tracks that we race in. So, obviously the first race that we were in together, the first one was Mount Wario. And now we are in this screen, waiting for everyone to suggest a course. And we ended up doing Sunshine Airport. So while this plays out on screen, I am going to flip to the information about Sunshine Airport, our second race together. Okay, so Sunshine Airport is from the Star Cup, and oh, there's Lo-Fi Aika on the left there. So it says, Star Cup opens with a rip-roaring race through Sunshine Airport. Blitzing under and through airplanes on the course, racers will be launched into the sky on dangerous flybys past passenger jets. The greatest danger here is the massive glider sections of the track, a source of grief to drivers caught in midair by lightnings, red shells, and spiny shells. And in the book, it gives us some caution for particular parts. And the first caution is the gaps. There are 2 extended flights during the race, both of which are moments of extreme vulnerability to attack. Getting hit here will cost you a lot of time and possibly the entire race. And then also an airliner. Certain racers and vehicle configurations can get a lot of altitude during the second flight, which is all well and good until an airliner almost smacks into you. Don't be surprised by something this big. The next are the spin boost pillars. The portion of the track in between the 2 flying sections is dotted by these pillars. They can help propel you forward by hitting them, but hitting them in a bad angle, you might get sent off the track. And then the last of the cautions that it gives you, it says the shipping crates. Conveyor belts are moving crates through key locations on this course, which can really slow you down if you're not heavy enough or fast enough to punch through them. And then it talks all about the Grand Prix and gives you advice on certain sections. For number 1, it says the first left drops you out of the terminal, and you can jump boost on the left edge for some extra speed. Right away you'll encounter crates on conveyor belts. So long as you maintain speed, you can punch through them with minimal loss of momentum. You can also jump boost off the conveyor belt. And then it looks like the race is all done. I got 8th place and I got 5th place. Not the best for me, but hey, it's not last place, right? So, Sunshine Airport was the second. And the next race, the third race that we did together, was the Mario Circuit. Of course, we're at the waiting screen here again, waiting for everybody to pick which course they would like to play. That's something that I really like about this online playing, is that you don't necessarily get to pick the race that you want it all the time to get to race, but I really like this system anyway, where it's kind of at random of what the players have picked. So, while that loads, I'm going to now flip to the page that talks about the Mario Circuit. Page 87. Okay. And now the Mario Circuit is from the Flower Cup. It says, after a vicious race through the Thwomp Ruins, Mario Circuit is a bit more straightforward. However, Goombas infest the track at multiple locations. This gravity-defying course twists in the sky over the land far below. So keep your eyes firmly on the road so you don't get distracted by the scenery. And it gives a couple of cautions. The first one is the Goombas. The classic Mario villains return, scattered across the track on foot and even in tall stacks. Touching one will cause you to spin out, but they can be easily avoided with some smart driving or by using items. And then the second caution that it is about the piranha plants. Pipes litter the sides of certain parts of the course, and piranha plants infest them. Being mindful just how close you are to them when drifting. If you don't see the plants, it's safe to be near the pipes. And then again it talks about the Grand Prix and giving advice of how to best do the race. And number 1 says, turn 1 is a hairpin left, leading you straight into your first group of Goombas. During the early parts of the race, the battle for position among computer drivers can be very intense here, due to all the drivers being slowed down by the Goombas. Heavier racers have the advantage here. And then for number 2, the twisting bridge has coins running down the center. If you're out in front, collect them to deny your rivals their speed bonus. Number 3. Just beyond the bridge is another hairpin left. You can cut across the grass or on the inside with a mushroom. But make sure you still give the pipes a wide enough berth if you see piranha plants inside them. And now that track is finished. And here we are again, picking our different tracks. I wanted to do the Donut Plains one, but we ended up actually doing the Rainbow Road one. And there's Mineka talking to each other. Hello. You can see there. But anyway, I'm going to now turn to the page that talks about Rainbow Road. It's on page 166. 166. And this is not the N64 Rainbow Road. I think this one's just the regular one. And this Rainbow Road is part of the Special Cup. And it says, racing in low orbit is a fitting way to end the Special Cup. In what has become a Mario Kart tradition, many long stretches of Rainbow Road have no protective walls. Combine that with the slippery anti-gravity sections of the track, and you will be in for a rough race, particularly on high difficulties. It just mainly gives only one caution about this track, and it's the satellite conveyor belts. Part of the race takes you through a space station with conveyors that alternate in the direction they travel. Watch the arrows and only drive on the belt that is helping you move forward. So there was just one caution on that one, and then it again moves on to the Grand Prix. Number 1. The first 2 big turns can be a doozy. The anti-gravity panel before it makes your controls more slippery, and there's no retaining walls throughout the turns. Watch your flanks when passing through this turn. A rival racer can send you off the side. Then, number 2. A glide ramp sends you flying toward the space station. Don't miss collecting some coins while in mid-flight. And number 3. The conveyor belts inside the space station will change their direction with every lap. Stay on the belt with green arrows pointed in the direction you need to go. Number 4. Dash panels will propel you toward one of 2 glide ramps leading to alternate roads to follow. You can adjust what road you follow, but the rings around the glide path will try to force you onto a designated route. Number 5. The split roads have no walls for the majority of their length and are dotted with spin boost pillars to boot. Always know if you've got racers close by. During harder difficulty GP races, these 2 paths can be a boulevard of broken first place ambitions. It's very easy to get knocked off. And that finishes this race for the Rainbow Road. Got 5th place, not too bad, and I got first. Now we're gonna flip back to that waiting screen yet again, and the 5th and next race that we did together ended up being Yoshi's Circuit. And I ended up wanting to do the Sherbert one, but that one didn't end up happening. But of course, I have to wish everyone luck. I'll give it my best shot, I guess that's. So, while this screen finishes uploading and everybody decides to pick which one they want, I am going to flip to the information about Yoshi Circuit. Page 186. Yeah, you can see it landed on the random one. Okay, so all about Yoshi Circuit. It is from the Egg Cup, and it says, a Double Dash Classic returns to the fold to start off the Egg Cup. This course doesn't have much in the way of hazards, but there are plenty of shortcuts and tricks for those willing to master its sharp and plentiful turns. The one caution that it gives, it says, watch those turns. There are many hazards on this track, but you do have to watch out for the piranha plants along the course. You'll mainly have to focus on navigating sharp turn after sharp turn without hitting any walls. And then it moves on to the Grand Prix. So, number 1. This course starts you out with a couple of hairpin turns before straightening out again. The first turn is a good time to drift and build up a mini or super mini turbo. If you grab a mushroom from the cluster of item boxes, you're going to want to avoid drifting too hard through the second turn. Number 2. A rather conspicuous waterfall presents itself at the end of the first straightaway following the previous set of double turns. If you have a mushroom, you can use it to boost through the waterfall to skip a portion of the track. Make sure to hold right when coming out of the waterfall or you'll fall off the track and into the ocean. Number 3. Yoshi's nose makes for one of the best drift spots on the track. So make use of it. Don't overcommit, however. The turn ends with another turn, which will be very difficult to make if you're going at blazing speeds for a super mini turbo. Lots of turns in this one. You'll also find a small collection of coins on the outer lane, along with a grouping of item boxes. Try drifting through both of these elements. If you miss one or both of them, that's okay. It's more important for you to drift through the entire section until you reach a super mini turbo. Besides, there's always the next lap. And there we go. That race is now finished. And I got 6th, and Lo-Fi again got 1st. So the 6th race that we did was actually Toad Harbor. It's the one that I had picked, it looked like, but the majority of people had picked, and that's the one we actually ended up doing. So I'm going to flip to the information about Toad Harbor now. Let's see, page 92. Okay, Toad Harbor. That was part of the Flower Cup. And it says, a statue of Princess Peach looks over the bustling Toad Harbor as racers tear through the docks, markets, and side streets as they jockey for first place. Racers can choose from multiple paths throughout the harbor, which can make things complicated as racers start spewing items all over the course to stop each other. It only gives one caution, and it's about the trolleys. Throughout the last third of the course are multiple trolleys. Nothing short of ramming them with an active superstar can get them out of your way. And then it moves on to the Grand Prix. Number 1. Turn 1 can be cut across by using a mushroom to blast over the grass and through a set of cargo crates. And then number 2. Immediately after the first turn, you have a choice of taking the bridge on the right or using the dash panel ramp to the left of the bridge to jump to a boat and then to the other side of the dock. The latter is faster, but if you're not correctly aligned, you'll fall into the water and lose precious time. It also gives a tip here saying the dash panel ramps here can be jump boosted. However, it is possible to overshoot the ramp on the boat if you pick up too much speed. Then number 3, just past the bridge, you drive through a market. There's a lot of stuff to get stuck on, with support pillars for the canvas rooftops being amongst the worst. And then number 4, alternatively, if you cross the water to the left of the bridge, you can use another ramp to drive onto the canvas that covers much of the market, which will put you in a better position for the next section. Take advantage of the ramps and ramp-like terrain of the canvas by using jump boosts every chance you get. And now the 6th race is finished. Of course, you can see I was in 7th and Lo-Fi. I got again in 1st. And now, there's actually just one more race that we did together, the 7th one. Here we are again at the waiting screen, and talking to each other again, saying good luck and hello. The race that we ended up actually doing was Yoshi Valley. So I'm going to flip to Yoshi Valley in my book. Page number 149. There we go. And this is the N64 version. You know what I mean. This race originally came from the N64. And then I picked the one with my picture. So I will go ahead and start reading this one. It says, "Don't be deceived by the appearance of the Leaf Cup final. Yoshi Valley opens with a deceptively complex maze-like design, but it's actually quite simple to push through this maze to quickly get to where you need to go for the second half of the course. And it gives a few cautions. The first are Goombas. You've seen these goons before, and they're no different from when you first met them. Leave around them unless you've got the flower power for a more permanent solution. The next caution are the swoops. These cave dwellers only appear in one small section of Yoshi Valley's maze-like opening section. They aren't too threatening, but they can fly low enough to hit racers and slow them down. And the last caution is Yoshi's egg. This enormous Yoshi's egg rotates around a mesa near the end of the course, acting as a guardian to a bridge you need to cross. Don't let it crush you. Now, in terms of the Grand Prix, number 1. After the first turn, you enter the maze of Yoshi Valley, a series of interconnected paths that all eventually lead to where you need to go. Red arrow signs show points where you can choose a different branch in the road. These roads are much tinier than most of the other parts of the course, so expect some chaos as racers arm themselves with items. Going right twice takes you to a cannon that will blast you to where you need to go, but ironically this is one of the slowest ways to accomplish this. Number 2. Going right at first towards the cannon, but choosing to make a left as soon as you can and then follow this route will take you into a swoop-infested cave. As scenic as this route can be, it's definitely not the most efficient. There are some extra coins to collect for your trouble. And this race ended up being quite crazy, and I got 8th place, unfortunately. But that's okay. And that was the last race that we did together. And for now, I will end this video here. I'd like to thank the GameSMR for collabing with me. It was a lot of fun. Go check out his videos if you haven't already, and subscribe to his channel. He definitely deserves it. I hope you found this relaxing and enjoyed watching us play Mario Kart together. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time.